Hello, good afternoon. I'm discussing about gravimetric analysis. Gravimetric analysis is a quantitative chemical analysis method that determines the amount of an analyte based on its mass, C. This is the superscript, this is the precipitate, precipitation gravimetry. Steps in gravimetric analysis. First of all, precipitation. The analyte is converted into the insoluble compound precipitate using suitable reagent. Filtration. The precipitate is separated from the solution. Washing. The precipitate is washed to remove impurities. Types of gravimetric analysis. First one is precipitation gravimetry. The analyte is precipitate, filtered, dried, and weighed. Precipitation gravimetry is an analytical technique that uses a precipitation reaction to separate and quantify an analyte by forming a solid precipitate with a known composition, which is then filtered, dried, and weighed. The steps. First of all, preparation. The sample containing the analyte is dissolved in a suitable solvent. Precipitation or precipitant is added to the solution, causing the analyte to form precipitate. Filtration and washing. The precipitate is filtered to separate it from the solution and then washed to remove any remaining impurities. Drying. The precipitate is dried to a constant mass either by heating an oven or by using a muffle furnace. Weighing. The mass of the dried precipitate is determined, and this value is used to calculate the amount of the original analyte. Drying ignition. The precipitate is dried or heated to remove water or convert it into a more stable form. Weighing. The dried precipitate is weighed and the amount of the original analyte is calculated using stoichiometry. A common example is the determination of chloride ions by precipitating them as the silver chloride using the silver nitrate. It is the example of precipitation gravimetry. Another one, gravimetry, is the volatilization gravimetry. The analyte is converted into a volatile substance and its mass is determined by its loss in weight. See, for example, the volatilization. Here I have written this, I feel much lighter now that they are gone. The lighter as the gone. This is the example of the volatilization gravimetry in a figure. Volatilization gravimetry is the gravimetric analysis technique that measures the mass loss of the sample after removing the volatile components through heating or chemical decomposition, allowing for the determination of the analyte's concentration. Procedure: the sample is heated or treated with a chemical reagent to decompose it and release volatile substance. For example, determining the water content of a compound by heating and measuring the mass loss, determining the amount of carbon dioxide in a sample by reacting it with an acid and measuring the mass of the carbon dioxide produced. It's all about gravimetric analysis. And thanks for watching, and request you all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your patience. That is now. Bye bye. See you again.